Hello children, I welcome you back to our geography session. The name of our lesson was the Earth in the solar system. Children, in the last sessions we have seen the slides, okay? I have explained you different types of slides, different concepts were there on the slides, then we have read the textbook. So today again we are going to continue the textbook and plus I am going to show you some videos, okay children? So just let us revise what we have studied in the last sessions. So children, here we have seen the celestial bodies, okay? What are the celestial bodies? The shining objects like moon, stars, sun and all other objects in the night sky that we see are called as celestial bodies. Again we have seen the features of celestial bodies. Next we have seen moon, okay? I have explained you about the different phases of moon. There are total 8 phases of moon and that we have discussed, like new moon, then second stage was waxing crescent, third was first quarter, fourth was waxing gibbous, again full moon, next one waning gibbous, next again comes full moon, then waning gibbous starts, means decrease in the size of the moon it starts, waning gibbous, waning quarter, waning crescent and again the old moon, and in this way how the cycle goes on changing we have seen in the last session. Plus I have shown you up here an activity also children, and I have told you to do an activity with colors and pencils. Again we have seen about constellations. So you must be now very much familiar with constellations. What are the different patterns found by the groups of stars, and even examples I have told you about Orion, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. Again children, I have shown you what is Ursa Major, how it looks like. Then we have seen Ursa Minor, that is Saptarishi, and again we have seen what is pole star, how in ancient days how people used to identify pole star, how they used to locate the places by seeing the pole star, as the pole star was position of the pole star always shows the north direction, okay? It never changes its position. And how to locate the pole star also we have seen, just by imaginary line joining the stars and extending it further to the pole star. And today children I will show you videos also, okay, of pole star. Then we have seen solar system. What is solar system? Then what are the planets I have explained you children? What are the different 8 planets I have told you? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. And I have told you the importance also of these different planets. Then I have told you one important line which you should remember to identify these planets, like my very efficient mother just served us nuts. So this was the sentence which I have told you last time to remember. Again I have explained you about the 2 types of planets, that is inner planets and outer planets. Then we have seen children about the Earth, the beautiful planet Earth. I have told you that it is the third nearest planet and it is the 5th largest planet. Again why it is called as unique planet? Because it is neither too hot and not too cold. The life sustainable to live is only possible on our planet Earth. And again why it appears blue? Because it is covered, 2/3 of its portion is covered with water. So it appears as blue planet and we call it as a blue planet also. Then we have seen the moon, okay? We have seen the moon. That moon is it is a satellite of our Earth, and there are other human made satellites also, that is INSAT or Sputnik, and to gather the information about the universe we have made such satellites. Though moon, it appears so big to Earth because it is near to Earth, okay? It is near about 3,84,400 km away. Then we have seen children about asteroids. What are asteroids? Asteroids are small rocky substances that are more irregular in shape, and these move around the Mars and Jupiter planet. Then we have gone through meteoroids. Meteoroids are also a lump of rocks or ions found in the outer space. They are significantly smaller than asteroids, and most of the meteoroids, they are made of silica, oxygen, and they too orbit the sun like the planet do. Next topic children, we have seen the Milky Way and galaxy. Okay, Milky Way, the galaxy to which we belong is called the Milky Way or Akash Ganga. Like the sun, stars and all planets that around it are a part of galaxy, and we are a part of, our Milky Way is a part of galaxy, and there are like this, there are so many galaxies in the universe. Again, this, with the help of this diagram also we have explained that universe, actually we live on earth. This earth is a part of our solar system. This solar system is a part of a Milky Way galaxy, and this Milky Way galaxy is a part of a universe, children. So now children, now we will go to our textbook. Okay, I hope you all have opened your textbook children. Just take out your textbook, keep pencil ready with you. Any important facts you have to underline in the textbook. Okay, so we will continue with our reading of the textbook. So children, in the last session we were on page number 2, right? Yes, here. Yeah. So we were studying about the constellations. As you all know now, you must be very much clear about constellations. Constellations means group of stars forming different patterns. Again, I have shown you examples of Orion, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. So children, do you want to watch the video? Yes? Okay, I will show you a video of constellation children. Okay?
Are you curious to know about constellations? Then come along to know about them. Have you ever gazed at the sky in the night? Surely, you must have seen few shapes formed by stars in the sky. Do you know what are these group of stars called? Well, these are called constellations. A constellation is a group of stars which, when taken together, form a recognizable or identifiable shape. Stars were grouped into constellation by ancient people to recognize stars in the sky. Let's learn about different constellations in the sky. Ursa Major is the most famous constellation. It is also known as Big Dipper and the Great Bear. It appears during summertime in the early part of the night. It consists of 7 prominent stars which appears like a big ladle or a question mark. There are 3 stars in the handle of the ladle and 4 in its bowl. It appears to move from east to west in the sky. Moreover, we can locate Pole Star in the sky with the help of Ursa Major. Imagine a straight line passing through the 2 stars at the end of Ursa Major. Extend this imaginary line 5 times the distance between the 2 end stars towards north direction. So, this leads to Pole Star. Isn't it interesting? Next is Orion. It is one of the oldest, best-known constellations and is considered to be the most conspicuous in the sky. In Greek mythology, it means the hunter. It is visible in the evening from October to early January and in the morning from late July to November. The 3 middle stars represent the belt of the hunter. Other stars of the Orion form a sword and quadrilaterals. Have you heard about Sirius? It is a very bright star. We can locate the position of Sirius by imagining a straight line passing through the three middle stars of the Orion. Another famous constellation is Cassiopeia. It is a northern constellation which is visible during winter in the early part of the night and appears like a distorted letter W or M. Let us say some interesting facts about constellation. Don't think that each constellation consists of few stars. In fact, it consists of many, but only few of them are visible to us because we can only see the stars that are very bright through our naked eyes. So students, constellations are formed of bright stars which appear close to each other on the sky but are actually far apart in space.
So children, hope you must have understood very well with example of these videos I have shown you about the constellation. Okay. Now, we'll come to our textbook. In ancient times, people used to determine directions during the night with the help of the stars. Okay. At night time, children, in the ancient times, during night, how they used to know where is north, where is south direction by looking at this, with the help of the stars, they used to come to know about which is the north direction and which is the south direction. And through this, by this, it is also called as the pole star, and the star which helps them to know the location was the pole star. Okay. It always remains in the same position in the sky, means this pole star, it always remains in the same position. We can locate the position of the pole star with the help of Saptarishi. So, with the help of Saptarishi constellation, it helps us to locate the pole star more clearly, children. Look at the figure 1.1. You will notice that if an imaginary line is drawn joining the pointed stars and extended further, it will point to the pole stars like this, children. If we draw an imaginary line from here, then it will extend to our pole star. Some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light. Okay, some bodies at night, they do not have their own heat and light, some celestial bodies. So, what do? They are lit by the light of the stars. They take the light from the stars, and such bodies are called planets. Okay. The word planet, it comes from the Greek word planetae. Okay. Children, this word planet, we have taken it from a Greek word called planetae, which means wanderers. The earth on which we live is a planet. You know, the name of our planet is Earth. It gets all its heat and light from the sun. Understood, children? Our planet Earth, it takes all heat and light from the sun, and this sun is our nearest star. You know, the biggest star is the sun. So, if we look at the earth from a great distance, say the moon, it will appear to be shining just as the moon. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. Okay, the moon, it is a satellite, children. It is a companion of our earth, like it is like a friend of our earth, and it moves around it. Okay, it revolves around the earth. Then, like our earth, there are 8 other planets, and they get heat and light from the sun. Understood? Like earth, as it takes heat and light from the sun, in the same way there are other 8 planets, they too get their heat and light from this sun. And some of them have their moons too. Some of the planets, they have even more than one moon. So children, again I will show you a small video of the pole star, how to locate the pole star. Okay children, just watch this video.
You must have heard that perhaps more than our sun, the Polaris or the pole star has been regarded as the most important star in the sky. But where is it in the sky? The position of the pole star can be located with the help of the Saptarishi or the Ursa Minor. Imagine a line connecting the two pointer star at the front of the Little Dipper. Continue it on the side where the dipper is open to a distance 5 times of that between the two stars, and you will arrive at the pole star. Pole star always indicates the north direction and remains in the same position in the sky.
So children, now you understood how to locate the pole star by seeing this video. So definitely you will go and you have to locate this pole star today at night. Okay. Now let's go further. Let's study further children. Now we will see about the solar system. Okay. So what are the planets of the solar system children? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, and Pluto, which was earlier a planet but now it has become dwarf planet. Okay. The Sun, the 8 planets, satellites and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids form the solar system. We often call it a solar family with the Sun as its head. So solar system means what? All these planets with Sun, with asteroids and meteoroids, all these together form a family called as solar system, and Sun, it is the head of this family. So now we will see about Sun children. Okay. The Sun is in the center of the solar system. It is a huge and made up of extremely hot gases. Means the Sun, it is at the center of the solar system and it is made up of hot ball of gases. What does it does? It provides the pulling force that bends the solar system. The Sun is the ultimate source of heat and light. Understood children? The ultimate source of heat and light is only the Sun. All the planets, they take this heat and light from the Sun. But that tremendous heat is not felt so much by us. Why? Because despite being our nearest star, it is far away from us. Though it has tremendous heat and light, but that much heat and light is not felt by us. Why children? Because it is very far away from us. It is about 150 million kilometers away from the Earth. So what is the distance? Sun, it is about 150 kilometers away from the Sun. So now you have seen about Sun children, okay, and you know much more things about the Sun. Now we will see about the planets. As this sentence you must remember very well now, okay. My very efficient mother just served us nurse. Now planets, there are 8 planets children, okay, in our solar system. In order of their distance from the Sun, they are, now I am going to tell you the distance order sequence of these planets, okay. So first one you have to underline this sentence, okay. First one Mercury, second one Venus, third Earth, fourth Mars, fifth Jupiter, next one is Saturn, again Uranus and Neptune. So an easy way to memorize the names is, my very efficient mother just served us nuts. So children, here one important fact they have given you. Many words used in the language may have been taken from some other languages. Geography, for example, is an English word. It has its origin in Greek, which relates to the description of the earth. It is made up of 2 Greek words, G meaning earth and graphia meaning writing. So finding out more about earth is called as geography. Now we will see more about the planets. All the planets, all the 8 planets of the solar system, they move around the Sun in a fixed path. Children, do you want to see the video of solar system? Okay, I will show you in our next episode. Huh? So all these planets, they move around the sun in fixed path. There is a path called as orbit. Okay, so these planets, they move along a fixed path or fixed, that is, these paths are elongated in shape and it is called as orbits. Mercury is the nearest to the sun. So first planet near to the sun is the Mercury. It takes about 88 days to complete one round around its orbit. To complete one round around its orbit, Mercury takes 88 days, children. Okay. Then Venus is considered as the Earth twin. So the planet that is similar to our planet Earth is the Venus. So we called Venus as the Earth's twin. Underline this sentence, underline this word, Earth's twin. So which planet is called Earth's twin, children? Venus is called as Earth's twin. Okay, why? Because of its size and shape that are very much similar to that of Earth. So because of, we may ask you like question, why Venus is called the Earth's twin? So you have to answer because of the size and the shape that is very much similar to the Earth. So we called Venus as a Earth's twin. Till recently, children, near about August 2006, Pluto was also considered a planet. Okay, till 2006 we used to consider Pluto as a planet. But however, in a meeting of the International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken that Pluto, like other celestial bodies, Series 2003 UB313, discovered in recent past, may be called as dwarf planets. But afterwards a meeting was held, and in this meeting it was said that now Pluto will be called as a dwarf planet and it will not be counted in our 8 planets. Now children, see here, do you know humans have always been fascinated gazing the night sky. So those who study these celestial bodies and their movements are called as astronomers. So underline this sentence, astronomers. Who are astronomers? The persons, those who study about the space, about the movements of the celestial bodies, they are called as astronomers. India today, astronomers all over the world are busy exploring the universe, and Aryabhatta, yes, Aryabhatta was a famous astronomer of ancient India. Now we will come back to our planet Earth. The Earth, it is the third nearest planet to the sun, children. Okay, it is the third nearest planet to the sun and it is the 5th largest planet. Okay, size, if we will go by size, it is the 5th largest planet, and if we go by this order, if we go by the sequence, it is the 3rd planet in our solar system, Mercury, Venus, Earth. So after Venus, our planet Earth comes. So what is the shape of this Earth? This Earth, it is slightly flattened at the poles. As I have shown you in the slide also, Earth, it is slightly flattened at both the ends, okay, upper end and below, lower end. So these two ends, they are called as poles, North Pole and South Pole. So it is slightly flattened at the poles, and that is why its shape is described as geoid. Geoid means earth-like shape. Do you know, children, light travels at the speed of about 3 lakh kilometer per second, means within a second it travels at a speed of 3 lakh kilometer. Yes, even with this speed, the light of the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the earth. Though it travels so fast, but still it takes 8 minutes to reach our earth. Conditions favorable to support life are probably found only on the earth, children. You know, only we can survive only on earth. No other planet we can survive, okay? Because it has everything needed, for essential things needed to live. Like it has water, it has soil, it has air, again it has food, it has the seasons, different seasons, it has weather, and it has days and nights that occur. So earth is a beautiful planet on which we can survive. the earth is neither too hot nor too cold. It has water and air which are very essential for our survival. The air has life supporting gases like oxygen. So, this earth, it has air, and this air has the life supporting gases like oxygen. And because of all these reasons, understood, because of all these reasons, which reasons, which all reasons, like it has air, like oxygen which we require for breathing, it is most important essential gas, one important essential gas, children. Then again it has life, it has like food, air, water, everything we get on only on earth, and plus this earth is neither too hot nor too cold. So, because of all these reasons, our earth is called as a unique planet. So, because of this reason, the earth is a unique planet in the solar system. From the outer space, the earth, it appears blue. Now, if you see the picture of the earth, okay, how does this earth looks, children? Earth, it looks like a, doesn't it looks blue in color? Yes. If we see the picture of the earth, it looks blue in color. Why? Because almost 2/3 of its part, of its surface is covered with oceans, is covered with water. Understood? 2/3 part of the earth is covered with water. So, it appears full, it appears blue in color, and that's why we call it as a blue planet. Now, children, see here. Acha, we have one interesting fact I want to tell you. Who was the first astronomer who landed the space? Yes, in the slides also I have explained you. Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the surface of the moon on 21st July. So, children, now in the next session we are going to continue with this lesson, and we are going to, I am going to bring you some more videos with some information. Okay. So, hope till then you read the lesson, you go through the lesson. In the next session, I will meet you again. So, till that time, goodbye. Have a nice day. Thank you.